Good morning. So today I want to look at surface developments. I'm going to give you a task, or it's in probably 3 stages, but part 1 is to just understand what do we even mean by a surface development. So what we're really talking about is what is a 3-dimensional item like if it is flat packed into its 3 different faces or 3 different planes. And so we've got obviously this side, and the top and bottom. What is it like when we open that out? So I'll show you. Obviously you can see this is an empty box. Now if I just undo the gluing down the bottom of this box and try to do that without ripping it, and start to open out the shape of that box, and then I ought to be able to find another sort of seam where it's tagged together. This one's got pretty good glue on, and just gently kind of try to peel that apart. Now what I've ended up with, if it's opened out flat and I put on a surface that you can sort of see there, what we have is the surface development of that shape, and it includes obviously the sidewalls. So the shape that it makes, obviously there's these 2 main areas here, which is the front and back, and there's the 2 sides, and then there are these extra pieces which were the pieces that glued and formed the rest of the box, so the bottom and the top of the box here. So what I really want you to do is to find an empty cardboard package, open it out and have a look at the surface development. Sit that down onto a piece of paper if you have one, or even redraw that exact development a little bit smaller, and try recreating or rebuilding so that you understand the components of these developments and why they are how they are. One of the notorious things that could be missed when you're designing your packaging is things like this and this. So when this is folded back together, obviously we may have thought about the fact that it needed a floor. Sometimes what we haven't thought about is that there needs to be a way to attach that floor on the inside here, and often it's not attached straight to the sidewall like a funny right angled join. There's a second fold and those 2 are attached together. The piece that's missed though is this piece here, that I don't want you to forget about that, because if you do, when we have a look down the middle of that box, what you'll see is there's actually just where am I pointing on the camera? Down in there here at the corner, that's completely unsealed. So we needed this extra flap there to fold around, and obviously when this one was made it folded in first. But I want you to find a package, open it out flat, draw around it, do the cuts to recreate it, have a think about why things are how they are when you reassemble. So why would we have, when we look at, just do it like that so you're not distracted by the markings, but when we look at that bottom section here which form the underside of the box, so we've talked about why there's this one. We need to actually close at the corner. We understand why we've got a bottom, but why might the corners be cut just there? Okay, so open one out, draw around it, rebuild it. If you can't find a way to draw and cut, you could try to rebuild the one you've got, but I don't think you'll get as good at understanding, so try to recreate even life size or smaller, and further your understanding of surface development.